When he had said this, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. And it came to pass, when he drew near to Bethphage and Bethany, at the mountain called Olivet, that he sent 2 of his disciples.
Go into the village opposite you, where as you enter you will find a colt tied, on which no one has ever sat. Loose it and bring it here. And if anyone asks you, "Why are you loosing it?" thus you shall say to him, "Because the Lord has need of it."
So those who were sent went their way and found it just as he had said to them. But as they were loosing the colt, the owners of it said to them,
"Why are you loosing the colt?"
The Lord has need of him.
Then they brought him to Jesus, and they threw their own clothes on the colt, and they set Jesus on him. And as he went, many spread their clothes on the road. Then, as he was now drawing near the descent of the Mount of Olives, the whole multitude of the disciples began to rejoice and praise God with a loud voice for all the mighty works they had seen.
Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord! Peace in heaven and glory in the highest!
And some of the Pharisees called to him from the crowd,
"Teacher, rebuke your disciples."
I tell you that if these should keep silent, the stones would immediately cry out.
Now as he drew near, he saw the city and wept over it.
If you had known, even you, especially in this your day, the things that make for your peace. But now they are hidden from your eyes. For days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment around you, surround you, and close you in on every side, and level you and your children within you to the ground, and they will not leave in you one stone upon another, because you did not know the time of your visitation.
Then he went into the temple and began to drive out those who bought and sold in it.
It is written, "My house is a house of prayer," but you have made it a den of thieves.
And he was teaching daily in the temple. But the chief priests, the scribes, and the leaders of the people sought to destroy him, and were unable to do anything, for all the people were very attentive to hear him. Now it happened on one of those days, as he taught the people in the temple and preached the gospel, that the chief priests and the scribes, together with the elders, confronted him.
Tell us, by what authority are you doing these things? Or who is he who gave you this authority?
I also will ask you one thing, and answer me. The baptism of John, was it from heaven or from men?
And they reasoned among themselves.
If we say from heaven, he will say, "Why then did you not believe him?"
But if we say from men, all the people will stone us, for they are persuaded that John was a prophet. We do not know.
Neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things.
Then he began to tell the people this parable.
A certain man planted a vineyard, leased it to vine dressers, and went into a far country for a long time. Now at vintage time, he sent his servant to the vine dressers, that they might give him some of the fruit of the vineyard. But the vine dressers beat him, and sent him away empty-handed. Again he sent another servant, and they beat him also, treated him shamefully, and sent him away empty-handed. And again he sent a third, and they wounded him also, and cast him out. Then the owner of the vineyard said, "What shall I do? I will send my beloved son. Probably they will respect him when they see him." But when the vine dressers saw him, they reasoned among themselves, saying, "This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, that the inheritance may be ours." So they cast him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, what will the owner of the vineyard do to them? He will come and destroy those vine dressers and give the vineyard to others.
Certainly not.
Then he looked at them and said,
What then is this that is written? The stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. Whoever falls on that stone will be broken, but on whomever it falls, it will grind him to powder.
And the chief priests and the scribes that very hour sought to lay hands on him. But they feared the people, for they knew he had spoken this parable against them. So they watched him and sent spies who pretended to be righteous, that they might seize on his words in order to deliver him to the power and the authority of the governor. Then they asked him,
Teacher, we know that you say and teach rightly, and you do not show personal favoritism, but teach the way of God in truth. Is it lawful for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not?
But he perceived their craftiness.
Why do you test me? Show me a denarius. Whose image and inscription does it have?
Caesar's.
Render therefore to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's.
But they could not catch him in his words in the presence of the people, and they marveled at his answer and kept silent.